Okay everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video on GT7. We're back with the latest 2 million credit time trial to try and help you earn these credits as quickly and as easily as possible. You might see already on screen, we are at Fuji in the brand new Toyota TS020, the GT199 version I think it is on this game. And it has been put into Group 2, which means this car for this time trial has been nerfed on the power by nearly 200 horsepower, and they've had to add 50 kilograms of weight. So my advice, if you want to drive this car in how it should be driven, go into time trial, take the BOP off and just have a bit of fun with it without doing this, because that's how it naturally should drive. However, to enter this, you need to go into sport mode in the top right hand corner and you'll be greeted with the online time trial section. From there, you will be clicking on the online time trial, which will give you 2 separate time trials. We have a guide for the Daytona one, possibly one of the easiest ones you'll ever do, and we're going into the Fuji one here. Remember, if you do like these videos and they help you out, make sure you hit that like button. It helps me out massively. I predict the gold's going to get down to about a 33.3 for this week's time trial by the time it finishes, somewhere within that margin. Now, this lap, we didn't spend too long getting this. It was not really pushed to the limits of what I would normally push it a bit further than this. But yeah, with my arm being a bit sore at the moment, we decided to do this at the end of the stream, just get ourselves down to about 0.5. So going into turn 1, we're looking for that 150 board there on the left hand side. Now you're going to be braking pretty much dead level with that 150 board. You can see it there, braking inputs going in. Now you're going to brake in a straight line all the way up to the 50 board here, all the way. You can see 50 board on the left, and then as we're past that 50 board, you can see we're going to start rotating this in now in first gear, and we're going to go back up to second gear before we hit that curb. So watch this, up to second gear and then onto the throttle before we're actually off the curb. Just be careful on the exit there. This car, when you get on the throttle, does go a little bit lively, not that high downforce by the feel of it. And now into the next braking zone, you can see we're going past the 100 board, but braking way before the 50 board. So nearer to the 100 board than the 50 for the braking. And then we're going to chuck it in. And you want to get your left-hand tyre over the green Astro on the left-hand side. So you can see it here as we come through it. Left-hand tyre, clip that Astro, and then get on the power as early as you can. You can run wide. It actually lets you get away with running quite wide on that cornering scene. No invalidated lap. And then lifting off the throttle, just let it coast through here. You want to get it rotated. Wait for that biting point where the grip starts to come to the front end, and then when you do, you want to get back on that power and try and keep it as close to the white line on the right hand side here. So you can see, clip that white line there on the right hand side and then swinging it back to the right hand side, because you're going to get back on the brakes in a minute. You can see pretty much braking where the red square is. You're braking way before the 50 board, but you can see that little red sign, braking pretty much on that, and then trail braking in here. First gear, back up to second gear. Use that first gear for the rotation. It helps rotate the car through the corner. Just be cautious on this exit. It's very easy to lose control of the car as you put the power down. And remember to rev this car out. It likes to be revved quite aggressively through the gears. So into the next braking zone, braking on the shadow to the Dunlop board there, pretty much dead in the middle of that shadow. You're going to get on the brakes. So as we hit there, you can see braking input going in as we're in the middle of the shadow. And now we're going to brake it again in a straight line down to first gear. First gear will help us rotate it into this corner. We're going to actually use a bit of first to accelerate as well. So trail braking in now from this point here. You can see trail braking going in up onto the curb on the right hand side. Use a bit of Astro there again, and then use that first gear for a bit of rotation. And then you can see here a little tiny dab of the brakes. That's just going to put the weight on the front of the car. Back up to second gear. Use second gear for the acceleration phase of the exit here. Be again very, very cautious at this part of the track, because you can snap the rear very easily. And then braking way before, you can see we're actually on the brakes way before the end of the grass there on the left. That's because we need to get this rotated. Again, this car earlier on the brakes really helps you to get that line sorted. You can see, even though I was early, I still miss getting that right hand tyre up onto the green Astro, and that loses us there 10th or 2 just purely because we don't get the rotation and then not able to get on the throttle as early here. Again, here braking early before the end of the curb. Normally you brake right on the end of the white part, but we're braking early in this car, and we're going to again let the car go out to the middle of the track. We're going to use the first gear for a bit of rotation again, then back up to second gear for the acceleration. So you can see as we get into the acceleration phase, back into second gear, use a lot of the width on the track here again to make sure that you're not putting too much steering input in while you're accelerating. Just helps with that input. and getting the throttle down on the exit. Again, into this final corner, braking extremely early again here, down to first gear, let it rotate with first gear, then back up to second gear, and again, be cautious on that throttle. You can see how I'm putting about 80% throttle in there, and even then, as I get on the throttle here, we get a little bit loose on the exit, losing maybe a little bit of time as we accelerate all the way to the finishing line now, but not a terrible lap. It's not the best ever lap I've done, but hopefully it'll be good enough to help you get that gold and show you the key areas to get the gold. You can see we go over with the 31.5, so it's easily within the gold margin. And yeah, let me know in the comment section if you managed to get the gold. I always love hearing that, but let's have a watch of that lap from the chase camera now, using kilometers an hour, so you can see the kilometers an hour on that bottom there, just for reference of speed if you use kilometers an hour instead of miles per hour. So again, into turn one, did this reasonably okay. Got a little bit of looseness on the rear as I got the power down. That's something you have to be cautious with this Toyota. And then again, into this next left, you can see just braking just after the 100 board, clipped that apex, pretty nice through there, got on the power, quite nice. Again, maybe got off the throttle a little bit too late there, because you can see it runs a little bit wide through that corner, but I do get it back into that white line on the apex on the exit there. And then again, reasonably nice through there, hit the curb nicely, second gear, let it rev out, and then again up into third gear, now into the braking zone. Just before that, pretty much on the shadow it is. You can see as we go under the shadow, watch the brakes right under there, and then again using first gear for rotation. Again, a little bit of power with first gear there, you can see, to rotate it into that corner. And then again, very, very cautious here. This is all about being cautious. And again, maybe didn't get the rotation I would have liked there. We do hit the curb, but we don't really get it over that curb for that extra bit of rotation. Again, first gear, back up to second gear, use that full width. You can see it here, how using that just enables you not to put too much steering input in, and that enables you to put that power down a bit more aggressively. And again, into that final corner, just be cautious as you put the power down on that final corner. It's very easy to wreck a good lap on that there as you get really aggressive and rear snaps. But yeah, let me know in the comment section, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We're currently pushing for that 65,000 subscribers, not a 70 yet, but we're currently pushing for 65,000. So get subscribed and let me know in the comments if it helped you out. I'll see you again for more videos. Thanks everyone.